All right. Not sure how many people are going to tune in tonight, Friday night. Hopefully, people have better things to do than watch me on YouTube. But for those of you who don't, I am here for you. Trying to see if I can find. Give me a second. All right. Hey, Pat. Hey, Snuggy. Hey, Steve. Mike. All right. So, tomorrow I have a club race with the Florida HO Racers Association that I race with. I've been to these tracks. I'm going to show you. It's the ones out at Bowling Green. We got 3 tracks in this room. This middle track is my troublesome one. This middle track, you can't really see it, but there's no straightaways on that track. So, and they're actually running super stock on that track this time. We've never run super stock on that track. Anyway, I need to do a little final tune-up on my cars and just I kind of have an idea which cars are my number 1 and number 2, but I'm just gonna kind of see where I need to replace pickup shoes, oil everything, clean things up, and maybe do some laps on the cars I want to kind of decide on. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully not too long. I gotta hit the road by like 7:30 tomorrow morning. And my buddy Vinny's coming, so he's gonna be here bright and early. I'm gonna drive him there. He's got an hour ride just to get to me, so he's gonna be on the road at 6:30. So I have my 2 box stock class cars. These are Super 7 unbalanced armature, stock non-CNC front 385 tires, level 6 traction magnets, stock rear gear and axle. You are allowed to change the tires and even the hubs if you want to. So this car is the one I've been racing. I came in 4th place at the last race with this car. I missed 3rd by 2 laps, so I think I'm going to stick with the blue car. I'm going to tune these up real quick first because I don't do a whole lot to these. I'm not going to I'm not going to tear apart the motor or anything like that. I'm just going to oil them, and I'm going to replace these pickup shoes. Last time I was out at Terry's race at his track, I picked up some Super 7 long throw shoes for this type of front end. So let's make some room. And I'm going to start with this car, which I'll probably be lending to one of my buddies. I'm always lending out cars to people, so. This car, the front axle's kind of, I had to glue one of these hubs. I really should get some new hubs. One of the hubs cracked. It's not too bad. Alright, I'm going to give this a quick dab of oil on each bushing. This axle doesn't look too dirty. Get my oil. Alright. Put our magnets back in. Run these in high down force, so the side that sticks to the motor magnet goes in that side. I usually take the magnets out because it's easier to get to the bushing, the rear bushing on the Super 7 with the magnet clip off. Not allowed to pin the rear axle on the box stock class, so hopefully my axle doesn't go flying out on a crash. Just gonna give a little oil on my gears. Already put a little dab in the axle. These pickup shoes I already cleaned. They actually look pretty good. A little dab of oil in the front axle. And that's it for this one. Well, let's see how this thing runs on the dyno. There it goes. These cars are funny. They always start off slow, these Super 7s. And they kind of pick up. I think these cars usually run around the 370 range for me. I do put some of those sticky kind of glue dots on the clip to hold the chassis, because you don't want the chassis to kind of kink and have to hope that a lane marshal will fix your body for you. All right, that car is ready to go. Just gonna clean this. Make sure there isn't any lint balls or hair or anything in my axle. Looks pretty good, actually. going to just double check, make sure, yeah, those magnets are in correctly. Give this a little bit of oil as well. These Super 7s do run hot, just in general, but never really seen one burn up, so I guess usually in like the 130-ish range, 135, but I don't know if that's just a characteristic of this can type motor or not, but they do have a nice smooth gear mesh though, I'll give them that. I already tuned up all of my IROC cars just in case they want to use any of my IROC set. They have used my Super 7s quite a few times, my IROC Super 7 and my IROC Mega G Plus. All right, let's see how this car runs. Oh yeah, baby, there she goes. The car runs pretty stable for a non-balanced car. So. Yeah, the blue car is the one I'm gonna run for sure. All right. So that's it. That's it for the box stock class. Now my fusions, which is what I'm going to spend most of my time on tonight. My fusions, I have 4 of each, 4 ceramic super stock cars. They all run really pretty darn good. I got to tell you, it's not like one of them is slow. If anything, I've already worked on this car, and these I'm going to say are my number 4 cars. And when I say that, it's not like they're slow. It's just, they're just a shade behind. Like if you look at this car. That car is almost hitting 440. I've already oiled it and cleaned the pickup shoes. I don't think you would say a car that hits 4.4 is slow. Oh man, I'm getting a little bit of a sore throat. Dang it. Sorry guys if I cough on you. Same thing with this car. This car is probably my slowest super stock car. I usually lend this car out to guys who need it. Though I've lost to people who I've lent this car to, so it's not a bad car. So another car that, I'm calling my slowest car, and it's in the 430 range. So I also now have 2 hood So both those cars were N-Bell cars, and I have two other N-Bells. So I have two hood system cars and two N-Bell cars in each class. And I'm not quite sure. So this is my number 3 car. And this is one of the newer hood system cars that I built. I might as well tune this up real quick. I only say this is my number 3 car, not because it's slower on the dyno, it's just because it doesn't seem to handle, if I remember correctly. I think it's a little bit higher. It doesn't seem to handle quite as well as the other 2 cars. And just give this a little bit of oil. I think I got a little carried away on the front there. Sop up some of that. I do like to try and put the magnets with the highest side. That one's 71. That one's also 71, so that's pretty close. 71, 70. So I'm going to put this side facing down. I'm going to put these back in like this. Put our clip back on. I also don't like, so I like these gray Onslaught tires I get from Rooster Racing, and when I asked Steven if he had more, he sent me these, which are a little bit darker color. He said they changed the color, and that's how they are now, but these darker ones just don't seem to handle quite as good as these lighter gray ones. To me, they feel a little stiffer. Like, I don't know if they're the actual same compound or not. I mean, these are pretty stiff too, but anyway, just my observation there. So I got 5 new sets of these, and they're all this darker gray. Though I did use them on my modified level 10 car, and I really like how they worked on this car, so I was happy about that. More on that modified car in a minute. Here, let me just oil the rear axle on this car. And the gears, give the gears a little bit of oil. Just want to clean these pickup shoes. See if they need to be replaced. These look pretty good. Again, this is not my primary car. I don't drive my Fusions a whole lot actually on my track because the guys I race with, they don't really run Fusions, so I only race at my house. Other than when I race them with my club, they don't get a lot of use. So, it's not really like I'm wearing these pickup shoes out. I do like to clean the back side where the spring touches, clean inside where it locks in, and of course the flat surface. So there's a little bit of wear on that spring, but I mean on that pickup shoe. Actually. I would replace these if I was going to run this as my primary car, but for my number 3 car, I'm going to leave those pickup shoes on there. If anybody runs this car, I'll probably replace them after tomorrow's race. One thing I wanted to check. Oh, yeah. No, I already tested those. I do want to check the spring tension on these cars real quick. 6.6. Yeah, that's a little bit low. Alright. Let's see how this car runs. So that's pretty darn fast, near 460. And just about all my hood cars are in the 460 range. I do want to see how hot these cars get when I run them. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I am using a little bit of a stiffer spring for the brush tension. These are actually Ghost Cat springs. They were a 095 spring that I bent and modified myself to fit the Fusion hood brushes. These are actually Ghost Cat 20 degree advanced brushes as well. I like the Ghost Cat brushes and springs in this old style Fusion hood without those shims. They fit right in. I don't have to do any sanding of the brushes. It's like they were made for it. All right. So that car we'll run some laps with. So these two cars are my number 1 and number 2 cars, and they're so close, I'm not really sure yet. I think it's going to come down to when I get to the track tomorrow and actually see how these cars run on the track they're going to race, like which one handles better. Right now I'm leaning towards this car being my number 1 car. This actually has Ghost Cat traction magnets. Ghost Cat traction magnets and Fusion traction magnets are the same size and strength. These cars are set up almost identical. They should be, what do they do with my other, here it is. They should be pretty close on my downforce meter. Yeah, 145-ish for that one. $144. Yeah, they're pretty darn close. is my N-Bell car. This has a Joker arm from Brewster Racing in it. Hot stock, 5.8 ohm. This has a balanced Wizard hot stock, like Tyco timed arm for the hood system. So one is a vertical timed and the other one is horizontal. I believe this is a vertical timed and this is horizontal. The brushes sit on top and bottom of the arm. These brushes come in on the side. Alright, tune this up real quick. Hope everybody had a good week. Looking forward to the weekend. I don't know, is everybody still with me? And I don't see any chats. I'm assuming you're just all so enthralled in what I'm doing that you're not chatting. Hey, Frank. All right. $71. Those are about the same. Yeah, 71. Mesmerized with awe. You guys kill me. Alright, and give this car a little bit of oil too. Little dab on the front axle. Why not, right? Let's see what this is an N-Bell car. Yeah, this car is 4.5 for an N-Bell. That's pretty fast. This is 723 gearing in all of the Spec Racer cars. Spec Racers are locked in at 723 per Hopper rules. FIHO ass track setup. What is that? Is that a typo? Do want to I'm going to replace these pickup shoes, I think, on this car, since this car may be the car I race with. put some new pickup shoes on. Oh. Yeah, those are Dan's tracks out at Bowling Green. We call it the Kilbasa Raceway. Those are 3 tracks that I believe were donated to that room, and yeah, it's a fun place. Goes to show you how tarnished these shoes get. I mean, this is the one I just polished, which was brand new. That one's new as well, but so I polish even the brand new shoes. Good. Oh, cool, Frank. That sounds like a fun place as well. Yeah, we travel around. We race at all different. Some are commercial, some are people's home tracks. Yeah. It's the only thing about this hobby for me, or at least the club racing aspect. None of the tracks are very close. Closest track I race on is like a little over an hour away. The one at the Vero Beach Hobby Shop. These tracks I'm going to tomorrow are about 2.5 hour car rides. So makes for a long day. I'll be on the road tomorrow by about 7:30. Try and get there for 10 when they open. Well, it's probably open earlier than that, but 10 is good enough. First race is supposed to be at 11:30, but that never usually happens. No, I don't object as long as it lets you. Hey, Mayor. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. Let's see what the downforce is on this car. Should be in the 145-ish range, 140, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's pretty good spring tension, about 12 to 15. Could probably be a little bit higher. Oh, that's nice that it's down the street. I usually like to bend the side of these Lexan bodies in just to help them stay on. I like to not see any pin. I want to see that pinhole, the body mount, like right up against the body. Alright, so this car is ready to run some laps as well. Whoa, sorry. Almost knocked over the camera. Alright, so 3 out of the 4 spec races are done. Alright. Next up real quick is this car, which I think is going to be my number 1 car, but we'll see. This is also a hood car that I built recently. 723 Tough gearing. This is a RPM's Tough Crown gear, and I believe that's actually a Hardin Creek pinion gear. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I always like to look over my crown gears and make sure there aren't any like damaged teeth on these gears. I think the teeth get damaged more from my crashing than actual wear. I'm going to give this car a little bit of oil. This car I literally just built like a week or so ago, so it doesn't really need to be cleaned. It's pretty much new. Brand new armature, brand new gear. Well, the rear axle's not new. Pinion gear's new. Magnets are new. Those pickup shoes weren't new, but I'm gonna probably replace those just for the heck of it. Actually, I'm gonna test it on the dyno with these shoes. Let's see what this thing does. Car could probably use some more break-in. The brushes are pretty new in it, but it's close to 460. Not much faster than the one Enbel car that was also close to 460. So these cars are very close on the dyno. Oh, hey, Rick. Not going to make it out tomorrow, Rick? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on what everyone's saying. Oh, cool, Mayor. All right, Rick. Well, have fun. Would have been nice to see you out there. I know everybody would have liked to have seen you, but I'll say hi for you. All right, I'm going to swap out these pickup shoes just because I always put new shoes on the car that I'm more than likely going to race. Actually, these shoes are pretty new. I'll probably put these on one of the other 3 cars that had an older set. All right. All right. Nice and new and oh, that's not good. Shoe's sticking. Ah, look at that. See, that's so annoying. Don't do that. I don't like that. Putting on a different pickup shoe. That was a brand new pickup shoe too. But I don't like it. I know a bunch of the guys from my club are going to the Hopper Nationals in Ohio this year. I was thinking about trying to go for, I wouldn't be able to go for the whole week, but it's the 50th anniversary this year. There's supposedly going to be a big car show at the last day or Saturday, something like that, after all the races. All right, that pickup shoe seems good. Curious to see what kind of spring tension we're getting. Okay, good. All right, so that takes care of tuning up all my Spec Racer cars. See you later, Mayor. All right. So I'm gonna move these Spec Racers over here for now. All right. So these are my top 3 super stock cars. That's an N-Bell car. That's pretty fast. This is a car I just built. This is using the opaque chassis. This car is pretty darn fast. Pretty happy with how this motor came out too. Almost 470. And this is probably my top. Yeah, this thing's close to 480. This is definitely probably my number 1 car, although these 2 cars are very close. Very close speed-wise. And this is not far behind. Again, it's going to come down to more about handling. These are all 722 gearing. These tires are a little bit chewed up. These all have silly sponge tires. These are ceramic motor magnets, so usually not as high a downforce as the Spec Racer. Yeah, these are more like in the close to 120 range, 118, 120. This car's even less. I swear these opaque chassis just sit a little bit higher than the blue ones. Yeah, close to like 120 almost. That's about right. An auction here tonight? No, I'm not sure where you heard that, Snuggie. Unless you're trying to start the rumor. I'm not going to spend too much time on this number 3 car, but I'm going to oil it. Going to clean the pickup shoes. These cars all have different size, slightly different size tires too, so I do that on purpose in case I want to go higher or lower. I just swap the rear axles out. I usually start with 420 on the rear and 320 on the front for almost all of these Fusions. Could use a few more Vipers. I mean, I'll be more than happy to build you a Viper. You just have to tell me what kind of Viper, what class Viper you want. What you want in it. I didn't I kind of fell asleep early that night, but I did watch it the next morning. Yeah, he had some decent cars on there. I was interested in how much people were willing to spend. I noticed those more expensive cars, the $200, kind of funny that he wants $210, I think it was, for some of those CMPM. I could build that same car for, I don't want to say, but yeah, definitely cheaper, quite a bit cheaper than that with a body. But hey, I understand it's business. He's got to make his money. But those were some nice cars. It looked like the Vipers with the hard bodies was a good seller. I think those were in the $60-something range. I think all the like Mega G type cars, Mega G Plus cars went. Come on. I guess he had a couple of those Senna cars as well. I like Dan. He's a good guy. This is so annoying sometimes putting these pickup shoes on because the end wants to kind of come out. I think I got it that time. Yep. All right. Yeah, it was kind of interesting that people were calling in. I wonder if anybody like changed their mind, called the next day to get payment, and they're like, you know what? Never mind. Probably should take payment right away. Yeah, it was definitely first come, first serve. That's for sure. Oh my God, this little stool I'm sitting on is killing my back. guys. I know this is probably kind of boring, but I gotta do it. All right. Yeah, that Viper auction made me think about building some cars and seeing if people are interested in buying some more cars. I did that auction one time, but I barely broke even. I'm gonna if I'm gonna build more cars, I'm just gonna set a price as far as what I want to make on them, and or I could do an auction, I guess, and just set a higher starting bid. This is a brand new, I just built this. These are brand new Silly Sponge tires. I always cringe when I crash with these cars because I've taken chunks out of these brand new. You know, these are like $12 a pair for these tires. You definitely don't want to damage them if you could help it. I try to get several races out of each pair if I can. Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, most home racers don't need a $200 CMPM class car for your home track. You just don't. So, yeah. But if you're a club racer and you race that class of car, you could definitely, Vipers are popular in that class. I mean, my modified class car, which is similar to a CMPM, has less strict regulations than the modified class. This class that I race, I believe CMPM, you could use ball bearings. You could use Silly Sponge tires if you want. I think the magnets have to be level 10, same magnets. I think that's it. I think the bearings, you can't use ball bearings in the modified class, and you can't use Silly Sponge tires either. Has to be slip-on silicone. But yeah, I don't know. I like building cars, so I might build a few more cars to try and sell. See what kind of interest. Not super high end, but something in like the $60 range. like a Super 7 or Viper, level 4, 6 ohm cars. All right, that's it. All my fusions are tuned up and at least ready to hit the track in the morning and do final decisions as far as how the cars handle. All right, Snuggie, I could do that. You know what I never did do? I never did put the new Super 7 pickup shoes on this car. Do that. Alright, that looks good. She is ready for action. Last but not least, all right. This is my backup modified, Viper modified car. I'll probably lend this to my buddy Vinny, who's coming with me tomorrow. He doesn't have a modified class car. He doesn't have any fusions either. So I usually lend him some fusions. Yeah, you can get the IROC set. Ah, crap. I just sent that pickup shoe flying. Found it. Hopefully I didn't bend it. Look at. You can get the IROC colored Super 7s right from Terry, already in the GTS form. Those are a good deal, actually. I don't know that I could build a Super 7 any better than, you know, than that, but unless you want like an independent front end on them and different rear tires, different rear end setup. All right, this car. This car is ready to go. Yeah, the GTS car doesn't have the level 10 magnets. It has level 6 because it's lower to the track. It has a Viper O-ring front end. It has a dual flanged rear hubs on the GTS. I think that one's the $39 car. That's a good car, actually, for that price. It's got a balanced arm. Yeah. That car is not too far off from what Steven's doing at Rooster Racing. All right, so this is my #1 primary modified car. This car has a pretty badass NSX turbo 2.4 ohm armature from Hardin Creek, level 10 motor and level 10 maxi traction magnets, which you could tell at one point I had slammed to the rails based on the black paint worn off. And I am running the Onslaught firm darker gray tires on this. I had the RPM really firm black tires like on this car, but the car handled better with this little bit softer compound tire. I am going to replace the pickup shoes on this car because these are. Let's see what this car is running. Yeah, we're almost in the 6s with this car. There we go. I just saw a 6. This thing's a very fast car. It just scares me when it comes off the track. You don't know where it's going to launch. This is definitely one of my fastest cars. Yeah, that's not uncommon, Snuggie, for a 2 ohm, anything under 2.5 ohms is going to be up in the 5s or 6s. Yeah, I have a couple of cars up in the sixes. I have a 2 ohm NSX, even lower ohm than this, that's in a Neo car that does like mid sixes on my dyno. That car is a monster. This car, I did put silver plated pickup shoe hangers. I'm going to put some new silver plated pickup shoes for the day on this car. I did go a little higher with this car. I took it up to 424 in the rear, and I think I have 345 on the front, maybe. I might have even gone up to 350. I don't remember. I guess it would help if I put my spring in. Come on. I think I'm getting tired. I'm dropping cars. Oh my God, I just made that spring come out again. Maybe I just won't put this thing down. There we go. All right. She's ready to run some laps as well. This has a RPM reinforced pinion and crown gear. Yeah, next level up would be metal gears, but that's for like your 1 ohm Neo cars. And I am gonna run this old school Viper painted pink body so I could see it. Since all the tracks are dark, this should show up pretty good on the black track. Hopefully I'll be able to keep my eyes on this bad boy, but we'll see. I've only ever raced this modified class once before, so tomorrow will be the second time I'm racing this car. Yeah, there are half ohm armatures. That's pretty low for a road course car, though. You know, the lower you go, you're getting close to a direct short with a half ohm. I mean, that's very low ohm. Thing's going to draw a lot of current, so there's a good risk of. Usually, you put those real low ohm motors in a drag car. You know, something that just goes very quick and is done. Not something you're going to run tons of laps with. Hey, machine. Okay, good. I was gonna say I want this car to be pretty close to the 20s, which it is. $21, $25. That's good. Happy with that. All right. I think all my cars are ready to hit the track. I'm gonna run each car just a couple of laps. I'm not gonna stay on too much longer. Probably gonna go to bed early tonight so I can get up early. Hit the road early. Do a few laps. My track's not really clean. It's actually pretty dirty, but I might clean it on Sunday. This is my box stock car. Pickup shoes look, the new pickup shoes I put on, this one needs to come up in the center a little bit. That's good. This is my backup car. This car doesn't run bad. All right, these cars are good. Box stock cars are good. All right. where I really am not sure. This is my Endel Spec Racer. Car runs good, handles very good, and it runs cool. Thing's only at 106. Let's see what this car does. This is the hood system car. They're both they're both really fast. This one's also only up in the 106, 108. Not bad. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, which one I think handles better on the tracks. And these are my number 3 and number 4 cars. I mean, this car runs good too. They all run good. It's going to be a tough call. I always seem to give away the better car. I don't know. This car runs good too. They're all good cars. Going to be interesting test and tune time for me tomorrow morning. Thanks, Mike. Run a few laps with my super stock cars. This was the opaque chassis. Car runs good, very smooth, very smooth. It's my number 1 super stock. This car is faster, but I think that other car might actually handle a little better. You're going to have to see how that goes tomorrow as well. And this is my modified car. All right, guys, I think I'm going to pack it in for tonight. Clean up all my stuff. I got to pack up my pit kit. Get ready for tomorrow so I can get out of here bright and early. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Hope everybody has a great Saturday and a happy Easter. And I'm not doing anything special Easter. My wife actually went to Tampa to visit my older daughter. So it's going to be me and my younger daughter who has to work Easter morning. So it's just going to be me for the early part of Sunday. So who knows? Maybe I'll go on Sunday morning. I got to clean the track. It's probably what I'll be doing Easter Sunday. Maybe I'll go out, treat myself to breakfast. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll chat with everybody soon.